Nostrum lyrically is about a long and arduous journey, and from the beginning it was our intention to send the listener on that same journey. We knew the music was strong enough to do that, but the band is only as good as its drummer, so we were very happy that Jasper was into working with us because that guy can just do it all. And I remember it was always awesome getting his drum tracks back. There was always something killer to listen to there. Musically, it is a death metal album, through and through. But Alejandro in particular wanted some elements that are just impossible to pull out convincingly with the traditional drum, bass, and guitar lineup. We needed more than that.
I had a pretty grandiose vision for the album, including a full choir and a string section. I had no idea how I was going to pull it off, but it was important not to let the future implementation somehow limit the creativity aspect of it or the scope. The logia part of Dialogia is the root of the word lodge, implying fraternity or brotherhood. To me, it really means friendship. And it was very important to have old friends participate on Nostrum, as well as make new friends along the journey. Guthrie Iddings, who used to sing in Daylight Dies, really came through with some dark passages, as well as some really strong melodic choruses. And Barry Gambley played two amazing solos.
So I was definitely going to play on his album. It turned out really well. I'm really glad that I got a chance to play on this album with all these fantastic musicians that he's hired from all over the world.
Nostrum is definitely a really diverse album, but it maintains a consistent sense of both dread and beauty at the same time, at all times. My favorite example of that is the song Fear Black Red Escape, which is the long song towards the end. It's the last thing we wrote, but it's got maybe the biggest chorus on the record. It's also got a crazy blasting section and a male-female duet and this crazy tripped-out ambient section with lots of keyboards and very little guitar. But the guitar that is in there is important because it's a great guest solo from Bobby Coble, who is my favorite guitar player from the band Death.
We always wondered, and quite frankly worried, how having all these elements in our cauldron were going to come together into a cohesive sound. But Timon did an incredible job in terms of the drum sound and integrating all the different performances and layers of sound and effects. When we got the final mix, Timon recommended a high-end mastering job based on the detail and the ambition as far as production goes. And he's the one that recommended Brett. We were floored by the final product. I recall Bobby went out to the mountains and listened to the album on a hi-fi system, and he called me super excited. He goes, "I don't even know what to say," which I think says it all. It took 10 years to write and produce Nostrum, and looking back, I think it was completely worth it.